The Hezin Collective. We understand the Vex as a network of thoughts, unified and vast. But not all Vex are the same. The Hezin Collective is one example of a Vex subtype, set apart from the other Vex by distinct behaviors and objectives. Swarming across the Ishtar Sink, these Vex aggressively seek out and attack the fallen House of Winter, perform inscrutable operations around shining confluxes, and even show interest in the Golden Age ruins left by the Ishtar Collective. The bulk of our contact with Vex forces on Venus has involved the Collective. Those scholars willing to risk their reputation speculating about the Vex often assert that the Collective is an agent of change, designed to solve problems and remake the world in a form suitable to the Vex. Others contend that the Collective is simply a strategic distraction, meant to draw attention away from the actions of the Hezin Protective. Hezin Protective. The mysterious Hezin Protective is the second major Vex behavioral unit on Venus. Concentrated around the legendary Vault of Glass and the Endless Steps, the site of a massive Vex gate and the access point to Towering Citadel, the Protective's behavior seems very defensive. But leading cryptarchs and experienced guardians warn that it would be a fatal mistake to think of the Vex as a conventional military occupying an area. Vex behavior is always a process, active and purposeful. The Protective is clearly engaged in a colossal project, but as with much of Vex behavior, it's unclear whether their ultimate purpose is even comprehensible to us. The Protective may reacting to an event that has yet to occur, or working towards a goal that to us is already historical fact. The Virgo Prohibition. Mars is racked by an ongoing theater-level conflict between the Cabal and a Vex subtype known as the Virgo Prohibition. These aggressive, relentless Vex constantly test the Cabal exclusion zone, apparently heedless of losses. In spite of the Vex onslaught, the Cabal have managed to expand its beachhead and maintain a hold on several mysterious Vex structures. The Prohibition's tactics seem to be failing in the short run, but it seems unlikely that an organization with the sheer computational scope of the Vex could be dragged into a losing war of attrition. Is it possible that the Vex are trying to draw out the Cabal's strength, or that their surface losses are a distraction from a deeper strategic ploy? A core array has proposed that the Vex units can best be understood as an algorithm, each a unique mapping of inputs to behavioral responses. Perhaps the Virgo Prohibition is simply the wrong algorithm for its environment, and its failure will drive the greater Vex network to adapt and improve. The Soul Divisive. Beyond the towering Meridian Bay Gate lies the Black Garden, adrift in time and space, and within the garden dwell the Vex of the Soul Divisive, frozen in rapture. We have precious little insight into the Divisive's behavior. They seem central to the Vex actions in the solar system. The garden is clearly a place of enormous power. Legends and scant field reports all indicate that the Divisive Vex behave religiously. Why would a hyper-intelligent, time-spanning thought mesh exhibit religious behavior? The answer seems as obvious as it is chilling. If the Vex found worship and devotion more effective than any other behavior, they would adopt worship. Whatever the Vex found, or made, in the garden, it transcends even their power. The Soul Progeny. To Commander Zavala, my thoughts on recent events. Zavala. How like you to ask me for the bad news, even in this moment of triumph. I finished going over that ghost's report. It is my hypothesis, a hypothesis at best, that the Vex saw the abominable presence at the heart of the garden as a divine power. I can hear your protest already. How can machines have a god? The answer is simple. The Vex, for all their voracious intelligence, could not understand or decipher what they had found. They searched through all available reactions, and they settled on the course with the greatest payoff, to worship this power, and to remake themselves in its image. I believe the 3-axis mines found in proximity to the abomination were Vex machines built to serve as vessels for this power, a way to extend its reach across space and time, binding it to the Vex, and the Vex to it. If they had succeeded, I cannot begin to imagine what horrors they would have unleashed. Attend carefully, there is cause for hope. When endangered, the abomination activated these vessels and defended itself. This tells us that it was threatened. Whatever it was, guardians could harm it, and it only activated a single vessel at a time. Its strength was limited. Whatever it intended, it was not ready yet. We must assume that the abomination was part of something greater. We cannot flinch from the terrible, obvious comparison. Just as the traveler acts through us, the power was capable to act through its own servants. Let us be wary. There may be other abominations and other vessels. Ikora. Precursors. Those who delve deep into the vault of glass have seen time itself torn asunder. Awestruck ghosts report encounters with ancient Vex, their casings built long before the age of humanity. It would be easy to assume these Vex are the ancestors of those we face today, but with the Vex, it is never so simple. Descendants. Survivors of the Vault of Glass report sightings of ancient Vex, ancient in the sense that they have endured for eons. Convergent analysis from multiple ghosts suggests that these Vex exist in our future. If the Vex exist in our future, or in a possible future, should we take this as evidence that their defeat is impractical or unattainable? The Guardian Vanguard is quick to point out that time travel remains a mystery, and that the continued existence of the Vex is not remotely a sure indication of humanity's extinction.